Michelle Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know you've been asked all these questions, but I got to run through some of them. First of all, Super Bowl.
Yes.
How cool was that to perform at the Super Bowl?
It was like the coolest thing in the whole wide world. Now, mind you, myself, Beyonce, and Kelly, we had obviously seen each other a couple of days prior. But when we got on stage, it was like, oh, hey! Before we went on stage, we do this corny 3 thing. You know, like, woo! You know?
That's how it goes? Woo,
We
woo.
said, no matter what, just go out there and have fun. You made it this far. Who cares?
It's all that matters.
Go out there and have fun.
Yeah.
See
Eat
that?
your guacamole afterwards.
Yeah.
Now, the feedback was all very, very good. And now, let's go. Where's the tour? Come on.
You know what? That's a very good question. And we honestly haven't talked about that since. You know, anything professional since. We haven't talked about that.
All right, so now you girls hanging out? Yeah, you guys...
We're constantly talking and emailing each other. I was just asking Lee yesterday how's her tour rehearsals going, and we're just still, you know, very close, very, very, very close.
Do you drop any hints like, hey, you know, we can put this tour together, help you out a little bit, or?
No, we don't. And well, the only closest thing to that was when we were recording the song "Nuclear," and we was like, dang, we sound good together. Like, duh, you know.
Destiny's Child, how big would you guys be today if it kept going, right?
Well, I mean, I think at one point, you know, we had gotten, you know, we're blessed to get, I guess, pretty big, you know, and make a great impact. And obviously the impact was a great and a positive one because it still warms my heart when people still ask. Literally, it'll be 9 years since we put out an album, an official album.
Doesn't feel that long.
For people to still ask, you know, should have been married with 2 kids. 9 years.
You're on your second husband by now. What was
Third.
Third. Yeah, you're like me, third. Okay.
3, 6, 9.
What was the highlight so far? I mean, you know, you have a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. You have a Grammy. What's been the highlight?
I always had to say one of the first things that come to mind. I will never forget Sting presented us with a Billboard, I believe it was Artist of the Year award. And people don't know that he's my imaginary husband.
Oh, okay. So you were married.
He still could be, you know?
He would make it past 3 years.
And we hear he can still perform.
Tantric.
Many hours.
I was
Many
That
talking...
was supposedly a rumor, by the way.
Get your minds out of the gutter.
I want to prove it.
I was talking musically. I don't know
No, you
what you
weren't.
guys
He does, and I saw him at Royal Albert Hall in London about 2 years ago, and he was doing a lot of his songs with an orchestra. It was absolutely, I was like the biggest groupie.
We're talking to Michelle Williams from Destiny's Child, and I guess we should say also with Fela. Explain what that is to people that don't know.
Okay, well, Fela, he was born, Fela Kuti. He was a Nigerian musician and composer. We know him to be the pioneer of Afrobeat music. It is a certain groove of music where, you know, I respectfully saying this, just so people can get an idea. You think of like Bob Marley, Bob Dylan, James Brown, all into one person. But not only was he about his music, he used his music as his weapon. He used his music to talk about the realities of Africa. Total human rights activist. Like, he totally could have come to America, been a big star. People like Island Records wanted him. Bob Marley, so many people wanted to sign him. And he was like, until my people at home have what they need, I'm not going to do it.
Wow.
I was like, wow.
So now you're not messing around with this show. I mean, this is presented by Will and Jada Pinkett Smith.
Yes.
Jay-Z is the producer.
Never heard of them.
I mean, that's kind of a big deal. You feel pressure to come through for them?
They are amazing, and I'm so glad that, you know, they felt so strongly about this show to attach their name to it. And I think what happens when you do that, you get so many people that are fans of them that say, man, if their name is attached to it, then it must be something incredible. Let me go see it.
I got to believe that doing anything with Will Smith, he was on our show. He came in for 15 minutes live in this studio, and I got to tell you, he left this room a much better place. He was unbelievably energizing. It was a real thrill and real.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a career moment.
Oh yeah, I mean, to hear some of the things that he has said as far as to inspire people.
Very positive guy.
Very positive.
Very.
And when he'll say things like stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Like, wow.
We definitely got to go see Fela. Everyone should tonight, tomorrow, Palace Theater at Playhouse Square.
Yes.
Tickets 216-241-6000. That's 216-241-6000 or playhousesquare.org. Thanks for putting up with us.
Thank you so much, and thank y'all for having me.